critic feel vindicated because one of the architects of Obamacare is finally speaking the truth. Here's Jonathan Gruber at the University of Pennsylvania. Listen.
This bill was written in a tortured way to make sure CBO did not score the mandate as taxes. If CBO scored the mandate as taxes, the bill dies. Okay, so it's written to do that. In terms of risk-rated subsidies, if you had a law which said healthy people are going to pay in, it made explicit that healthy people pay in and sick people get money, it would not have passed. Okay, just like lack of transparency is a huge political advantage. And basically, call it the stupidity of the American voter or whatever. But basically, that was really, really critical to get anything to pass. And, it's the second best argument. Look, I wish Mark was right. We can make it all transparent, but I'd rather have this law than not. So it's kind of like his reporter story. Yeah, there's things I wish I could change, but I'd rather have this law than not.
Laura, your reaction?
Brat. Sorry. I mean, he just comes across as a total brat. But
we tricked you.
But we do know that, frankly, what most of us were saying at the beginning of the Obamacare process, the quote legislative process, was true, right? They did all of this horse trading behind closed doors. The law was an unwieldy mess, giving an enormous amount of discretion to the HHS secretary to administer the law, to create huge new pools of money that could be used to do this and do that. And we, the people, really didn't have much say in it. And shame on the Democrats, mostly here, because the Republicans were opposed to it. But there was no Democrat of good conscience who saw this thing happening and were in any of those meetings who said, guys, this just really, smells really bad.
They lied.
Of course they did. But they didn't stand up to it. They went and they lied to the American people about what this really was, which was a massive redistribution of wealth from people who could afford insurance to have much higher premiums, to give coverage or the promise of coverage to other people who couldn't afford. That's all it was. It was just a wealth redistribution. Yeah. And if it had been called a tax at the time, it would have been defeated.
Like a healthcare Ponzi system of some sort. It's really awful. All right, now also, what about Obamacare for the internet, as Ted Cruz calls it? President Obama wants to regulate